Come on. Somebody asked me, am I tired of this and glad that this is almost over? Go ahead, ask me.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What,
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for the season finale of season 11 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like I said, somebody be bold enough to go ahead and ask me, James, are you tired of this? Are you ready for this to be over? And I'll tell you, hell yes. I am. This last episode took me all the way over to the place where I said, you know what? Give me a year and I'll see y'all next year this time. I am just done. I am done. I am so sick of Nene to the point where I could taste it in my mouth and it tastes like throw up. You understand? Horrible. We start right off. Marlo and Nene are talking. She's pissed off with Porsha. More of the closet mess and and it's every argument is somebody's not kissing my ass. I believe that I need someone to kiss my ass. I'm going through so much. And then it seems as though we as viewers have been dragged through the mud feeling guilty about her getting on our nerves. But I don't feel guilty about it no more. I'm just over it. I'm sick of her. Nene has gotten on my last goddamn nerve throughout these weeks. My last nerve. Truly. Same time we see Candy sitting with Cynthia and they're talking. And there's the whole thing. Nene's angry. And then Nene's going in on Porsha online. And this shit's still going on in real time. You know, just filthy, just dirt bag type tweets and stuff going back and forth. With Nene and Porsha, and Nene just hitting all below the belt. I mean, some of that stuff that she was sending to Porsha that I've seen in the past couple days or so, girl, I would never speak to her again. Not never. She's just really ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. So then they do Porsha's reveal party, and it started off, things weren't ready. So, it was getting her all hyped up, honey. But they got it all together, and everything turned out really, really well, and everything was really cute. Candy and Nene definitely weren't there. Candy was on that mess of, she ain't coming to my stuff, I ain't coming to her stuff, so some of that mess. And that's exactly what it is, mess. It was what it was. The party turned out good. It was nice. It was a girl. It was a girl. Flat out. Okay, so then we moved on, and basically the rest of this episode kind of took place at Cynthia she has her own signature drink now as she had this release party, and it was like a big to do. It was nice, and there was like some of everybody there, and everybody was pretty much doing all right, having a good time, and we had actually seen some hustle and bustle. There was some stuff about Kenya. Kenya had actually been invited. We didn't know whether Kenya was going to show up or not. We seen them getting all together and seeing that Kenya was coming and she was coming with Candy. Everything was fine at the party. Eva even showed up after her last little debacle, and Eva was like, I'm over all of it. I don't really care what anybody thinks. I'm rolling through this bitch like I own it. She had this real cute outfit on with like the long duster top and the real short shorts. She looked real cute. She rolled through and owned it. Like, it is what it is. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. To hell with these people. And that's what she needed to do. But Kenya showed up with candy, and boy, that whole party took a left turn. And then Greg even showed up. Greg was actually having a good day, so he actually showed up, and everybody was really excited to see him. And including Cynthia was ecstatic about Greg being there. I'm gonna tell you about that in a minute. So Kenya shows up, and right away, people, they were glad to see her, because they haven't seen her, so they were glad to see her. She's very, very pregnant. Um, and they're hugging and all of this. So you got her, she's pregnant. Shamia, she's pregnant. Porsha, she's pregnant. I'm like, wow, it's so funny. Like, all of these castmates all pregnant at the same time. It was pretty awesome. It really was. Um, pretty awesome time for the full cast of Atlanta Housewives. Other than people acting stupid like Nene. You can't put your differences aside. And if you don't want to put your differences aside, just chill. Just chill and shut up. But why you gotta be, it's one thing to be the life of the party, it's another to be the miserable bitch at the party. What side do you think she took? Of course, the miserable fucking tall blonde goofball bitch at the party. Her and Marlo started throwing shade, throwing little jabs. Kenya wasn't giving them no play. And they were saying things loud enough for her to hear. It was just ugly, and it was aggravating to watch. It was really getting on my nerves. It was getting on my nerves, and I was like, I'm so glad this ain't coming on next week. Like, we'll be into a reunion and get ready to just roll this out with the toilet paper next week. Because I'm just, it just wasn't good at all. Then there was a whole, and it was Nene and Marlo kept doing it. I was like, Marlo, for real? Like, stop it. It was awful. Then Cynthia was doing a little speech toward the end, and she was saying, Greg Leaks is here, this, that, and the other. Come on up, Greg, and say a little something, this, that, and the other. Nene wouldn't let him go. No, we're okay. We're okay. Now you got Cynthia, put her on the spot, got her looking like a fool out these streets. And Cynthia just like played it off. She's like, well, I'm just happy to see Greg here and feeling good. Why do you go to people's events and act like that? Why do you got to go? If it's not all about you, you got to figure out some way to make it about you. I can't. I can't. Ooh, my nerves were so picked and so plucked with this. I said, And then when they're getting ready to leave, Nene had the nerve to feel some kind of way because Kenya finally threw some shade back at her. Well, you knew Kenya wasn't going to let you get away with all of that. Now, y'all know I don't even like Kenya. But whatever Kenya gave Nene at that point, bitch, you deserve. You deserve. Because she came in, she was in good spirits. Kenya was not bothering nor picking, which is very strange for her. And you just kept on. So when she was leaving, she ain't say shit to you. Bye, everybody. Bye. And going off the door. And they made her turn around. She's like, I said goodbye. And she went on about her business. Went on about her damn business. It was a mess. Then Candy was drunk. I said, Candy drunk. She was drunk and trying to make peace with Nene because she was so pissed. She was literally pissed off and talking about Cynthia. She was literally mad at Cynthia because Cynthia didn't call her and tell her that Kenya was coming. Well, who do you call to run your guest list by for your events? I don't get this. And this actually don't just happen on TV. This stuff happens in real life where people make ridiculous requests that they wouldn't follow to you when some shit jumps off. I ain't even going to go into the whole story of it, but literally, I've been through a situation where someone's like, well, maybe you should have asked so-and-so and so-and-so something before. Who does all that? Who does all that? That's ridiculous. And it was a ridiculous request, and you wouldn't do that with anybody but Cynthia because you thought you could get away with it. Anyway, after that, we see Tanya, Cynthia, Candy, and Nene uh, all gathered up, and that's when she goes into that. Even that little meeting, she had get up from the table and go and cry, and I've just been through so it goes right into that bullshit. I've been through so much, and on and on and on. And Cynthia was trying to keep her shit together and tell her, I can invite anybody I want. And as soon as Cynthia starts getting the best of her, she's like, but I'm supposed to be your sister, and I'm going through so much, and my husband is sick, and I'm so sick of you and your fucking sick husband. Like, I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's not the excuse for all the fucking bad behavior. Greg being sick is one thing. This bullshit you do is a whole nother. I'm just sick of it. Sick of it. Sick of it. Cynthia held her own for a while, and then she ended up giving in like she always do. Want her to choose between her and Kenya. And I love you, Nene. This, that, and the other, man. Nene, he smacked in the face with a milkshake. She's ridiculous. It don't make no damn sense. It don't make no sense. Then when she sat up and said, why would you have her on the microphone and not me? Listen, we had you on the microphone at Eva's wedding, and that showed that you should never be on the microphone again with your dry ass. You wouldn't even let Greg come to the microphone, so what we need you at the mic for? What we gonna call? You already shaded me with Greg. Now we gonna bring you on the microphone too, or you gonna shade me twice in front of these people? Go shut up and get on out of here. It was ridiculous. It got on my nerves, but it's over. It's all over now, and the reunion starts this next week, and I'll talk to y'all then. But I can tell you, I am glad that this is over. I am glad because I am about sick of Nene Leakes. She like ruined the whole season. I liked the way the season kind of started up, but Nene got on my nerves so bad the last half of this, so it just made me ready for it to go the fuck on off the air. Just sick of her goddamn rockhead ass. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all when we get started with this goddamn reunion. Whew, I'm sure it's going to be very interesting.